Getting closer to my favorite holiday.
What's your favorite holiday?
3/11 Day. Of course, March 11th.
Oh, yeah.
That and Star Wars Day, May the 4th.
May the 4th.
Well, there you go, May the 4th. Yep. Yep. Okay. So anyway, for those that are just that are gone, I started this a little bit late. We're just reviewing. We're still reviewing now. Answers for the evens are right here. You can screenshot that if you want. And then, so okay. So guys, what'd you get if you got y by itself? Y equals 4x plus 4. Okay. So ladies, you took this totally different equation, and what'd you get? Y equals 4x plus 4. So the slope is the same. If we hit the y-axis, they're going to hit it at the same thing. So that's why it's okay for us to use one point or the other. It doesn't matter. Pick whichever point you want. Pick whichever point you want. Okay? So. So now we're going to skip down to the bottom. Thank you. We're going to skip down to the bottom problem. Okay? Guys, don't disappoint me here. In 2013, there were 1.31 billion smartphone users. Billion. Wow. Jeepers. Yeah, that's a lot. Okay? Remember that a billion seconds is 31.7 years. So that's where the wow comes from. Okay. So anyway, so here's what we're going to do. I want to be able to solve these problems, but what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to turn this word problem into something we've done before. Which, in other words, we've got to find 2 points. Okay? So on that word problem down there, come up with 2 points. Okay? Well, you know what? We're going to do this one together because there's going to be a little trick to it. Okay? It looks like we have 2013 leads to 1.31. 2017 leads to 2.38. Okay? We're just getting organized. That's all we're doing. Okay? So now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't know if I want my x value to be 2013 and my y value to be 2000 and my other x value to be 2017. Let's change this to something that's more reasonable and easier to deal with. So we're going to change it to 0, 1.31. Okay? If I change that one to 0, what's this next one going to be? 4. Why 4? 4 years later, okay? 2.38. But we need to make a note if we do this. My x is now years after 2013. That's important. I've changed my numbers. I need to go ahead and say what that change is. Okay? You know what? You guys have shown you're good enough at this. I'm just going to do this real quick. My slope is 2.38 minus 1.31 over 4. And so I get 1.07 over 4, which is 0.2675. Okay? Saving some time. So that's my slope. But before we go any further, what does that mean? 0.2675 what? People? Smartphones, users of smartphones each year. Because this is the change in smartphones over the change in years. So it's 0.2675 billion smartphones every year. Okay? So now we're going to use a secret trick here. It's not really a trick. We're just going to take advantage of this point right here. What's special about that point? It's an intercept. How do I know it's an intercept? Because it's 0. So then, look at what I've got. I've got my slope, and I've got an intercept. So I can use slope-intercept form, which is going to make our lives 1,000 times easier. So here's my equation. Y equals 0.2675 x plus 1.31. If I have my y-intercept, boom, I can use my y-intercept and just write it in slope-intercept form. I don't have to use point-slope form. I could, but I don't have to. Okay? So we've already talked about this is my slope. That means 0.2675 billion more users per year. What is the 1.31? Yeah, at where we decided to start. That was my starting value in 2013. Okay? So here you go. Here's your challenge. It's not really too much of a challenge, but it might make you think. Answer the question. How many users are there in 2025? How many users are there in 2025? You have to plug in a number. Should I plug in 2025? I got to plug in how many years it's been since 2013. So you're plugging in 12. How many billion do you get? 4.52. Okay, so that's a good example of how to write your points, how to find your slope, what does your slope mean, and then make a prediction. So I've got a sketch up on the board, but I'll make it here too. If I had a graph of this, I'm just doing this for the people that are gone. Okay? Here we were at 1.31. Here we're a little higher, and then we decided that that's what it's going to be out here. So this is 2013, this is 2017, and this is 2025. We just made a prediction. Do you think that prediction is going to be exactly right?
No.
Why not? We just use math to get it. Might not be linear. Okay? It might kind of curve up. It might curve down. We don't know. We have no idea. I think it's probably going to look something like this. The whole graph. It's probably going to, I think we're probably at this point. And I think it's going to do this. What do you guys think?
I think it's
Going to continue to rise? Okay. I think it might flatten out at some point in time because, maybe eventually everybody will get one. Or maybe that it just, it's finally the market is so saturated. This is what's called a logistic curve. Okay? And these are used quite a bit. If you talk about the percentage of people that have the flu in a school, it might be 1%, 10%, 20%, 50%, 80%, 90%, and then it's going to flatten out. Logistic curves have their place. Okay, here we go. We're going to skip to the back. I messed one thing up here. Well, I messed a couple things up here. This Courtney, that actually needs to be Monica. It should be Monica instead. Okay. And I'm going to change a number here too. I don't know how I messed that up. 7386. Let's change this one to 7386. Okay, it'll just work out better. $83.10. Okay. So here we go. Janice is trying to pick a venue for her reception. 2 friends use the same facility. Monica had 36 guests and the cost of $73.86. Phoebe paid $83.10 for a bigger celebration with 60 people. Write your 2 points. I got to do attendance here. Are you putting the number of guests first or the money first?
Yes.
I would put guests first because you would like an equation where you plug in the number of guests and then you find out how much it's going to cost. Okay? That would make a lot more sense. Let's see. Who is gone? It's gone. She's already listed as gone. Good. Oh, that's right. Quiz Bowl today, right? Okay. So go ahead and start writing your equation. I assume you have the 2 points, 36, 73.86, and 60, 83.10. Okay. Okay. Did you get 38.50 for your slope?
Yeah.
Okay. What does 38.50 mean in this case? 38.5. 38.5.
$per person.
Yeah, because it's dollars on the top, people on the bottom, so it's dollars per person. Okay. If you just look at your labels, then I think you'll be fine. It's $38.5 per guest. So that's their meal. Maybe it includes some drinks. Maybe it's prime rib. Who knows? We went to a wedding not too long ago that they spent easily $20,000 on. Weddings can be expensive. My wedding was super cheap because I had to kidnap her and otherwise she wouldn't have married me. No, I'm just joking. Okay. So here's what I've got so far. You might have the other point. So I got y minus 73.86 equals 38.5 times x minus 36. Because 36 guests yielded 73.86. So what am I going to have to do to get to put it in slope-intercept form? What's the first thing I got to do? Not yet. I got to do something else before I add. I got to distribute. Add 73.86, get y by itself, get it in slope-intercept form if you haven't done so already. Okay? Okay. Okay. I got 38.5x plus 6,000. Okay. So you can see what I did. I distributed, I subtracted added the 7386 to both sides. So let's talk about the meaning again. 38.5 is my cost per person. What's the 6,000 then?
How much money the wedding is without people?
Yeah, without people. So that's just before any guests show up to get that venue for that day. It's going to be $6,000. It's $6,000 plus $3,850 for every guest. And then 100 people, then we have 3850 plus 6,000, and gives me 9850 price-wise for 100 people. About $10,000 for the venue, which is actually surprisingly accurate. Okay, so just be careful when you get your points set up. And I'm going to give you guys the rest of the time. Oh, well, this is a lot of time. It's 20 minutes. So if you need help setting any of these up, we can. But I'm going to change your assignment just very briefly. Down here in the corner, it's just through 31 odd. 27 through 31 odd. I'm getting rid of number 33.